it's Debbie with Kip's Corner. Welcome back. Today I'm going to play around with making a mixed media tag. I've already got one made. I'm going to kind of do the same thing. This is a piece of chipboard here. I first painted it with Metalik acrylic paint. Let's see if you can see that. Steampunk copper. Beautiful color. Beautiful color. And then I went over the top of it with some Gilder's wax and a patina. So that's on the chipboard. Then down here we've got some crackle paste. Again, same two colors. And just a little bit of that patina on the edging. A little bit more of the crackling going on up there. Sari silk here on the top. And then just a book page in the background. And then this little birdie guy is from a book that I got at an estate sale from it's from 1920, 20 something, 23. And it's this guide, and you can see, isn't that cute? They're so cute. There's so many wonderful illustrations of the little birdies. Falling apart. I don't know. I think I paid maybe $1 for it, if that. So fun little book. I've used him on a couple of things, or not him, them. I've got, just to show you, this is a garment tag from a shirt that I had, and it already had this really pretty flowery kind of background, so I just slapped a little guy on top. Sari silk. It already had the grommet, and I put some black cardstock on the back and then a little piece of tea dyed paper so you can journal on it. And then here's another. This is a little mini notebook. It's like a mini composition book that I've just got some leftover scrap paper. Little guy here with some it's like a linen behind him, a little lace, tea dyed paper on the back. Fun, cute. So see, I haven't been around, but I have been keeping busy, and I've been out of town a little bit too. So, all right, anyway, the background paper, I think I mentioned in the video right before this that I was doing a guest design team project for Susan Taylor Brown for her shop, Poppiness. And so today I'm going to kind of recreate this, sort of, because I don't have this exact chipboard and blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. So what I've got, my little pile of stuff here. I've got another piece of chipboard. This is kind of what it looks like. And if you can see, this particular one was from the Dusty Attic. And here's what the pop out. When you get chipboard pieces and they come on these squares and you pop them out, you can actually hang on to this reverse piece and use it as a stencil. So sometimes I hang on to those. So that's that. Then I've got, this is a chipboard tag. This is, this particular one is from Recollections, which is the Michaels brand here in the States. And they come in a pack of, I think there's 9 or 10 in a pack. Nice, sturdy chipboard. I really like using these when I'm doing mixed media tags because they give that stability that you need. Then I've got a couple pieces that I've pulled out from the bird book I just showed you. One's going one way and one's going the other, so I'm not sure. Let's get them in frame. Not sure which one I'll end up using, but I've grabbed both of those. And then just some miscellaneous book page and music page scraps that I've got here. And some quotes printed out from, also from Susan Taylor Brown, from her shop Poppiness. And the second half of the sheet, so I used the first half on this background. This is the second half. This particular page has a lot of pretty blues in it, sort of. Can you see that? And I'm going to be working on a journal coming up here that's going to have a lot of blues in it, so I thought this would be a good one to work on. Also why I've kind of picked some bluish colors on my birdies. Okay, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is put this on this. I really like this big leaf here. So I want to try to get him on there as much as possible. So I'm just going to slap a bunch of glue down and glue her on. I'm using Fabri-Tac Beacon 3-in-1. I like this glue a lot. It is, yeah, it's kind of a love-hate relationship, but just because it gets frustrating, and like right now, it's not wanting to come out of the bottle. Here it comes. Or not. Hello, come on, wake up. Okay, there he is. But I really do, I like that it gives me a minute to sort of play around. I like that when it dries, it is a nice permanent. I like it's archival. And I like that it's, whoops, it's acid-free. So it's a win-win, win, however many wins that is, scenario for me. So here we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Gluey, 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 gluey. I think that's good. And I'm just going to lay this on here, and I'm going to hold this up to the light just so I can see where this is hitting. I want to make sure I kind of get that I don't get any white on it, for one thing. Let's pull that down just a little bit further. There we go. And now I'm going to just go over this with my brayer, my squeaky brayer. I guess it needs some WD-40, I think, right? And that sort of smooshes that glue in there so I don't have any bumps. Nice and smooth. Perfect. Squeaky wheel and all. I'm gonna come back over here and get some of the glue off that's scooshed out. And not too much, just a little bit here and there. That's okay, I'm gonna cut that off anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about that. And now I'm gonna cut her off. The other nice thing about these tags is they're thick enough that they give you a nice guide when you're cutting the paper and you don't cut the tag, because I've done that before. Done that. Cut, 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 cut. I'm not too worried if I don't get this really straight, because here in just a second I'm going to use a, I don't know what it's called, a rougher-upper. I don't think that's what it's called. To rough up the edges just a tiny bit. Blend them in, blend the edge of the paper in. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So we'll get that on there. And I'll come back later and get that hole punched. Pretty. Got a little glue on there. Got a lot of glue on there. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. This is a tool from Prima Marketing, and it's like sandpaper. It's got some rough edges, and then it's got a paper edger. And what I like to do is taking the softer edge and just kind of come along the side like this. What that does is it sort of kind of helps even up the edge, but it also helps to blend the paper into the chipboard tag. And then I will go back later when I'm done or almost done or at some point and put some distress ink on the edges. So that's that. Give me just a second here. You can see it kind of sands down the edge, if you will. And that will be beneficial a little bit later. you go. And there we go. So that's our tag base ready to start playing with. Okay. All right, this is my piece of chipboard. So right now I'm just going to play around with where I want to put things. The cool thing about this particular chipboard is I think, no, I mean, you could put it that way, but I don't like that. I think I want this edge to kind of be down at the bottom. So I like that. That gives me nice visibility to the leaves in the background. And so with that, I think I want to use this guy. So I'm going to take, We Are Memory Keepers makes a set of tear guides. Yay! Hang on while I throw it. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to tear this guy out. And just kind of come right to the edge just so I don't have any of the white showing, and it almost, there's a couple different types or different edges in this set, but I think this one, if I could get it to go here, is my favorite. It's the smaller, the finer tear. Oh, here, I pick up my pieces. Pick up your pieces. Pick up your mess. Let's see if I can get him right on the edge there, because his head is right there. You do not want to decapitate the birdie. That would not look pretty. Okay, here we go. Cute. All right, so back to this. So he might look pretty cool, kind of tucked up in there like that. Yeah, maybe. And then how about, I really like the color of this page. It's, the color is so pretty, but I think maybe I want to put some music back there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm just gonna tear off some gonna come at an angle here maybe. What are we looking like? Let's see. Yeah. I don't want to take too much of that off. Don't want that on there. What does that look like? I don't know. I'm not in a decisive mood today. No, don't like that. Let's go back to that first one I had torn this. Don't mind me. I like the way that kind of swoops in there. Maybe that would work. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's put this guy right here. Okay, I just kind of roughed that edge, and I'm going to attempt to cut this straight, like that's gonna happen. Okay, how about that? That's straight enough? Yeah, I think so. And it doesn't take too much. This is the thing, when you have a really pretty background paper, it's like, when you're doing some layers and stuff, I don't want to cover it up. But we do what we got to do. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of ink on the edge here. A little bit of, this is Vintage Photo. it's on my other side, so. I'm just gonna kind of be sloppy with this. I'm not real concerned about it getting goobied. This is kind of, because it's kind of bright, so I'm gonna dull it down a little bit. There we go. I like that, I think. Okay. And now we get to play with the glue again. On this chipboard, so what I'll do when I get to that point, which I guess will be next, I'm going to paint it with this metallic steampunk copper Metallique, no, not Metallique, yeah, Metallique acrylic paint from Finnabair from Prima Marketing. It is one of my favorite colors. Okay, I think we got that glued enough. We're gonna put her right, something like that anyway. Right like that. We'll get the squeaky wheel out here. Well, it's not a wheel, well, actually, squeaky cylinder. Squeak, just squeaky. Mr. Squeaky. Okay, that's where we are so far. And I think this is gonna go here. I might want to put some more, let's see. What if we had some more paper there? What? Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's do it. Ink. This book has just aged with such a beautiful color. That's all natural. Of course, now I'm adding ink and I'm ripping it. It's sort of disintegrating. It's an old book that's fallen apart. I'm inking the edges, even though this has got natural aging coloring around the edges. I'm inking them just to give it some definition, so that when it lays down on the page, it's got, as you can see, some nice definition there. Okay, so even though I ripped it just a little tiny bit right there, I can glue that rip down, and I like that. Layers upon layers. So let's get it to the edge here, since it's so fragile. See if I can get it laid down without ripping it anymore. Ha! Good luck. Come on. There you go. All right. Here we go. I think it goes right about there. Maybe a little further in. There we go. Get some of my oozing out of there. And where did I rip it? I ripped it right here. So I'm gonna rub that down nicely. And then it'll have a nice little rip page. Let's get the squeaky wheel out again. Okay. Now, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. We still have our leaves. Am I in frame? We still have our leaves, leaf impressions here nicely. Show up very nicely. Got some paper layered back there, and then I think Mr. Birdie is probably gonna go somewhere around here. I don't know. That looks sort of very squarish. We'll figure that out. Okay. I'm going to get this painted and let it dry, and I'll be back. Okay. Got the chipboard piece painted, and it's dry. And then I went ahead and affixed my bird and a quote from one of the kits in Puppiness. This is from one of the Nature DigiKits, Nature Quotes DigiKits. If one truly loves nature, one finds beauty everywhere. Vincent van Gogh. So I'm going to, actually, no, I'm not going to glue that on yet. I'm going to use this Patina Gilder's Wax Paste, which is what I used on this one. I can get it open. There we go. I'm just going to use my finger and go over this and just kind of gently hit some of the edges and the highlights. Come around the edge here. And this is really, really exciting stuff, I know. And then I'm just going to go down the whole thing. Get darker in some spots, lighter in others. I don't want it even. I don't want it to be precise at all. I want it to be kind of look like it's just haphazard. And then once I get done, if I find that there's a spot that just looks sort of blank or bland after I lay it down, then I can go back over it later with some touch-ups. And then once I get this done, I'll be able to glue this down. There we go. I think that's probably good enough. Looks pretty even. That tones down that bright, shiny. Right down here, we've got kind of a little bit of heavy going on, so I'm gonna rub that a little bit more. And maybe put a little bit more up here so we get it a little heavier. So we've got some heavy spots and some light spots. There we go. I think that'll work. Yeah, that's not so bad. All right, let's see. Let's get a wipe. If I can get this off my finger. Or not. It'll come off with soap. Soap and water. There we go, it's coming. Good enough. I just want it off enough so I don't get that patina color on the rest of the piece, or at least not where I don't want it. Okay, I'm going to use glitter glue or art glitter glue to glue this down. Art glitter glue does not have glitter in it. I think it was originally designed for glitter. Maybe that's why it's called art glitter glue. I don't know. Anyway, when you get it with this extra tip here, this metal tip, it gives you a nice fine flow, which is perfect for these delicate little backs of these pieces like this. So I'm just gonna kind of come around here and dot some glue all the way around. And I want to particularly get some of those edges because I don't want the edges to come up. Our glitter glue does dry clear. So there's that. Okay. I think that's good. I said I think that's good, and then I just kept putting glue on, didn't I? Okay. Stop. All right. I want this to hit in a very specific spot. Pardon my head if it's in the way. I don't want all of it to be on here. And there we go. And then my bird shows through. So I'm going to press that down a little bit. And I do have a little bit of glue here and a Q-tip somewhere around here. There we go. And I can just kind of dab some of these spots and get just the glob out. There we go. And like I said, it dries clear, so a lot of this white, there's not that much actually. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! All right, now what I want to do is, I think I want to put some crackle paste on this one too, since I'm sort of making not mirror, but you know, I'm making them the same, sort of, only not really. The same, only different. I want to put some crackle paste maybe down here and up here. And I also need to get my hole punched. So, and I also need to, actually before I do the crackle paste, I think what I'm going to do is ink up the edge. I'm just all over the place today, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to go over this first with Vintage Photo. And then I'm going to come back over it with, what is that? Espresso, maybe? Not sure what that is. Oh, look. And it gives it a nice, just a nice framing with some, little bit of darkness on the edge there. And I'm also trying to, as I go, I'm trying to kind of get these sides. If I don't have any ink on the back, I'll have to look here in just a second. I won't worry about the back because it's craft and you can still journal on that or write on that if you need to or want to. Pretty. All right, let me do some espresso. What is that what it's called? Oh no, yeah, ground espresso. And it's a pretty dark brown. And on this, I just kind of do just a little, just kind of run it around the edge here. Okay, like that. And then on this one, you can see that I added some of the gilding wax on it. And I'll go back, I'll do that at the very, very end. Okay, so what does the back look like? I've got now. Yeah, see, it's still clean. Yay. Okay. That's highly unusual for me, by the way. All right, somewhere, here it is. Got my punch. Let's see if I can get this, if I can get this even. Oops, there's some paper in there from the last time I punched something. Didn't get that cleaned out. There we go. Let's see if I can get this right where it needs to be, or at least very close. There we go, close enough. And I need a grommet or an eyelet. Keeping in the same one, let's do it at this color. Bronzy, coppery, whatever color that is. And we'll punch it. Get this on here. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm going to get some crackle paste on here. Okay. Nice. Actually, I feel like I could smoosh that down just a little bit further. My muscles. Urgh. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, now I need my crackle paste. So what do you think? I think maybe some crackle paste, well, that would be just pretty much exactly where it was. Here and here. I'm okay with that. This is Finnabair, Prima Marketing, Finnabair Art Extravagance, Texture Paste, White Crackle. Add water for consistency. Oh. Okay. A little bit goes a long way, really. I just use a spatula and just kind of dab it on. Now this will have to sit and dry for a few hours. And then once it dries, I'll paint it. And I'll just kind of run my finger over that edge. Got a little bit there, but I'm not worried about that. There we go. I like that. And then let's put some up here. Maybe kind of touching that. I've got a little bit of space there. And then kind of coming up here like so. Can I get a little bit more on there? Nope, not that much. I think the thicker it is, the nicer the crack gets. If you don't have enough, I mean, it'll still crack, but it's just it just doesn't show up as much as if you get a nice kind of thickness on there. The problem with the thicker it is, the more or the longer it takes to dry. So there's a give and take with both. Try not to. I think I just wiped off too much there. Let's get some more back on there. Had too much on, took too much off. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. So it's a nice consistency. There. I like that. Okay. And so what it does is it helps to frame and pull everything in. Gives it a nice texture. Just another medium that we're adding to a mixed media piece. And let me scoot this up so you can see it. Are we in frame? Yeah. And just to add some more interest and some texture to it. I've kept my leaf from the eco-dyed paper here, and just some nice colors back here behind this. Unfortunately, the nature of the beast of what you're doing is you tend to cover up some of those beautiful papers in the background, but I think you can still see the paper kind of coming through. So once this crackle paste dries, I'll come back, get the white painted into this steampunk copper color, put some more patina on top of that to pull them in together so these colors more closely match, and maybe put a little patina around the edge, and then throw some sari silk up there in the eyelet, and then she'll be done. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have let the crackle paste dry, and I've painted it using the acrylic paint, Steampunk Copper, same color paint that I used on the chipboard piece. Now I'm going to go back over this with this Patina Gilder's Wax. It'll tone it down and it'll give it a nice kind of a patina look to it. I'm just putting some on my finger and just kind of hitting the highlights, the high points of the crackle paste, the texture on the crackle paste. Here's put his deliveries at the door, cause mass chaos with the barking dogs. Okay, so You can see I've just put some of this Gilder's wax over here. And again, I think I started to say before the eruption of barking that you can pretty much put as much or as little as you want. Now I'm also coming around and hitting this edge just a little bit. Again, I just have some on my finger, and it'll kind of pull those two sides together just a little bit with a little bit on the edge here. And now I'm going to come up to the top and kind of get in there like that. And it can be sloppy, it's okay. If something was patina in real life kind of thing, it would not be even. I've got a little nick here in the paper. I'm going to try to get a little extra on that one just to hide it a little bit. There we go. Yes, we can hide things. And then I'll come up on this side. Okay, now I'm gonna just take a step back, take a look. I think that since I've got this little piece kind of coming in here, I want to put a little bit down here doing the same thing, just to not even it up, but just to kind of, so there's more than one spot that it's doing that in. And maybe a little right around here too, like that. And that blends into that paper nicely, gives it a really pretty effect. And I could sit here and putz with this all day, but I will stop eventually. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Right now, stopping. Okay, next thing I need to do is finish off the top. And then I wanna, let's see, let me check the back of this. Yeah, it's clean. So I'm not gonna really do anything to the back. You can absolutely write on that. A lot of times when I'm creating things, I get really, really messy and I cover up the back just to cover up whatever paint or goo or mess or whatever I've gotten on the back of the tag, especially with these chipboard tags. Okay, almost done. Next thing I'm going to do is put some sari up here in the top. I'm going to use my official poker here. It works. It works. And, oh, let me close this so it doesn't. So again, that's Patina Gilder's wax paste. All right, let's see if I can get this on here. I could undo this jump ring and clip it on, but, and there's the clock, never fails. I'm gonna come around here and then I'm gonna put this back through with my, again, with my official poker here. The official poker. Poker, 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 poker. All right, I'm gonna even these up. Bring it back through. This sari silk is really pretty. It's blue and kind of a mauve-y color and a green, and it just, each color moves into itself. Very pretty. Get that nice and tight. And there we go. Now I want to trim that off. It's a little bit honky. There we go. Kind of fray that out a little bit. Get some of the extra sari strings off. Okay, when in doubt, use your scissors. Okay, well, that's still there, isn't it? Okay, good. All right, there we have it. And on this one, I've added a little charm hanging down below, and I think that that's cute. So here's the first, there's the second tag. Let's see if I can get it in frame here. Here we go. And the first one. Same thing, only different. More dog barking. She done? She done barking? Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me. And more to come later.